Hey everyone! Today I'll be making a dish that's probably just as popular here to us French Canadians as poutine, and it's a shepherd's pie but made our way, and we call it pâté chinois. It's basically potatoes, ground beef, onion, and corn, and it's super easy to make and really yummy. So here's everything you're going to need to make a French Canadian shepherd's pie, which we call pâté chinois. I'm sorry about the shadow, but the light's behind me, and it's such a dark day today. I need the lights. So you're gonna need a can of corn, which is about a cup and a half. Here I have some lean ground beef and an onion, and you're just gonna make some mashed potatoes. And you're gonna need some milk, margarine, and some potatoes and seasonings. Alright, so first I'll be making my mashed potatoes for the shepherd's pie. I really love my Instant Pot for mashed potatoes. I used to boil them, but now that I've started doing it this way, I can never go back to boiling my potatoes, but you can definitely do that if you want. In here I have 28 ounces of potatoes in pretty big pieces, and that makes about 5 cups. There's nothing else in here, just water to cover them up, and I'll be cooking them on high for 8 minutes, and then I'll be back. Alright, so here I just have my ground beef starting to cook, and I forgot to mention, I do put a little bit of the W sauce, but you don't have to if you don't have it. But if you do, I'm going to be using this. So I'm going to be cooking my beef for a little bit and just adding some onion powder. I don't measure, but usually if you start with half a teaspoon, it's usually good. And I'm also going to be adding some of this buttery garlic and herb Kinders. I love all the Kinders seasonings. Now we don't get those in Canada, but I go to the States once in a while and I make sure to grab some. And I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. So I'll cook this down for a little bit and I'll be back. Alright, so my meat is almost done. Since I'm using extra lean ground beef, I'm not going to drain it, but normally I definitely would if there's a lot of extra grease. So I'm going to be adding my onions. And I'm also going to add about, I would say, a teaspoon of this. Just a little splash. And I'm going to cook this until the onions are soft, and then I'll add my corn. I'll be back. Alright, so my onions have been cooking maybe 10 minutes on medium, just until soft. And I did add just a little bit of water to kind of steam them to help them cook faster without the meat drying out. And now I'm going to add my corn. And I apologize for the cooking sounds and the Instant Pot sounds back there. I'm trying out different things and trying to see if it's better to have the sound while I'm cooking or just do a voiceover. Let me know what's better, because I'm just starting and trying different things. Now I just want to warm up the corn. It doesn't need cooking or anything. And if you don't use a can, you can definitely boil a cup and a half of corn and just add it here. And I like to use the peaches and cream corn because it's a little bit sweeter, and what I grew up eating. So our meat mixture is basically done. Now I just gotta wait on my potatoes to finish, and then I'll be back to show you how I make those. Alright, so I drained my potatoes and I added, I don't know if you can see, but I added 3 tablespoons of margarine. And I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and I decided to go with parsley instead of the garlic and herb seasoning for now, just to see how salty it is. And so I'm going to add that in here. And I'm going to also add a quarter of a cup, oh no, sorry, a third of a cup of 2% milk, and I'm going to mash that up and taste it and see if they're good. And I also put the meat mixture in a, this is a small 8 by 11 pan. Normally I use a 8 by 8 pan and it'll make 4 servings. So this is just a smaller pan. Alright, so the potatoes are pretty much perfect. They don't need more salt or anything. I'm gonna put all of this on top of all of that and show you what it looks like. So if you're wondering, the recipe for the potatoes makes exactly 4 cups. So if you want to use like a pre-made or your own recipe, you need about 4 cups of mashed potatoes for topping. All right, so here it is all spread out. I like to use my fork to put little ridges all over the top. It really helps make like a crispy golden top. And I don't know anybody else that does it that way, but if you feel like it, you can definitely try that. Here's what it looks like. There you go. I basically just used my fork to make little ridges. And then I'm gonna bake this at about 375 for maybe 25 minutes. And then we'll see how big a serving is. Now here's the shepherd's pie right out of the oven. I broiled it for maybe 2 minutes to get the little ridges extra crispy on top. Now this makes 4 servings of 525 calories, but you could definitely cut it in 6 pieces, like 6 portions if you want, and have some veggies on the side. But we love our shepherd's pie here. Now there you have it. French Canadian shepherd's pie, or as we call it, pâté chinois. Now you could eat it just like that, or you could be weird like my kids and eat this with ketchup on top. Or you can add cheese and just eat it how you like it. But I like it just like this. Thanks for watching.